And now on Adobe Radio, it's the Brett Davern Show featuring Katie LeClaire. Streaming live weekday mornings, 9 Pacific, noon Eastern. On Adobe.com and the Adobe app for iOS.
It sounds so heroic, doesn't it?
This meeting is being recorded.
So heroic, man. Is it weird how, okay, no, for real. I was having this talk with my kids, sort of, in a way, in a roundabout sort of way that they could understand, but it was like one of those things, right? Like, why does it sound the way that it sounds?
What's the it right now?
Like heroic. Like, why does that sound heroic? Okay. Why do the notes going dun 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 dun? Like, just why? Like, because it did on the cartoon that you heard when you were a kid, so then therefore it does. But why did it sound that way to those people originally anyway?
Totally.
You know, like a major chord sounds happy and a minor chord sounds sad. But who attached that to that in the first place?
Totally.
Mozart. And who the hell is he? You know what I mean?
How dare he?
Are you with me? No, but right? Like, what?
But it is true though. Right?
Right. Yes, I know, but that's the thing, right?
Is this a chicken or the egg thing? Like, does it sound that way because we have been told to make it sound that it should sound that way? Or
no, it's about music. Right. Like, John Williams would have to be the like ultimate, he made it sound like the thing, sort of, in this way, maybe.
How dare you? There's some dude in the silent film era that is like, they weren't even talking.
No, but my point is that the reason I bring it up is because my kids and I were listening to some Star Wars stuff and some soundtrack stuff. They like the scores. They're getting into the scores of the stuff now. And so they were like, is this the one? Maybe this isn't this isn't what I wanted. I wanted this. Here we go. So we're listening to like, you know, right. Star Wars, right? And we just started talking about like, why does that sound like the bad guy's coming? It just does. You know, it just sounds like impending doom and whatever. And it does, and John Williams knows that it does, and we all know that it does, but why does it? It just does. Right, Katie?
Yeah, I just Googled what makes minor chords sound sad.
The fact that it's a minor chord.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. So it says the dynamic that the chord is played is perceived as sad when it's on piano or angry when played forte. Mm-hmm. So it's not even just sad, but also anger, but that's because they're playing it that way.
Mm-hmm. But then this is heroic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. In listening to all this John Williams and stuff, actually, I realized that what I do is when I hum the Star Wars theme, sometimes I then just go into the Superman theme without even knowing it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's like when you try to sing a Beyonce song.
And all that comes out is Single Ladies.
The Brett Davern Show on Adobe Radio, brought to you in partnership with Nice Guy Digital. Did you know that REM's Losing My Religion was digitally shifted to a major key? Was recorded in a minor key.
Just to make it happy?
I mean, yeah. That is what this article is saying. But now it makes me want to listen to that song and see if you can tell.
I'm happy they did that because I get sad when I look at Michael Stipe.
He is sad.
He's just kind of a sad-looking fella.
Yeah.
So they needed to do something to make him make it more happy.
Seemingly, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the guy who always looks happy.
That's me.
Brett Davern.
Michael Stipe looks like he should be named Michael Stipe. Of all the musicians, he really fits his name. Also sounds like Stipe could be a character from a Harry Potter book. That's an
good,
evil
yeah.
wizard you got to watch out for.
Yeah, that's good.
BDS fans at Adobe.com. BDS fans at Adobe.com.
There's a crazy story about I listened to an episode of Radiolab, and they talked about in the 1800s in France, there was a composer that played his newest movement to this audience, and it caused a riot
I've heard of this.
Because it was so groundbreaking.
because it was so dissonant,
Oh.
and the audience hadn't really heard that before, and they didn't like it, and they erupted in violence.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That was one of the early reviews I got from some of my stand-up.
It just makes me want to be violent.
The audience was just so confused and angry. They just didn't know what to think. And they became violent. 2 shows on Saturday. Check it out.
Bring your boxing gloves.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what was happening, but I became so confused and angry. Sometimes that happens, you're watching a movie and the filmmaker will mess with you like by putting all the weird sounds, and then you're like, why do I feel so weird while I'm man?
It's interesting too to see how they make those weird sounds sometimes. See like those documentaries or whatever.
In my Beach Boys movie.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
In my Beach Boys movie.
Somewhere Paul Dano's like, come on, Brett.
He listens every day. Paul. He's such a good friend. He texts every day.
Can we call him?
No, he famously doesn't take phone calls. There's a scene in which Paul, as Brian, is making some sounds for the album Pet Sounds, and there is this weird sound on the album that starts one of the songs. It's like it almost sounds like a harpsichord or like a weird thing, but it's the 60s, so they don't have all the digital technology, so they had to make these weird sounds themselves. And one of the ways he made this particular sound was they just laid hair pins, like what are they called? Bobby pins, the black one that's curled with the jagged. Yeah, a bobby pin, right? So they laid some bobby pins on the piano strings inside the piano and then plucked each string individually, and it makes like a weird rattly.
That like.
Yeah. I'll try to find the song during the break so I can play with them. Good story, Dad.
Can you play Losing My Religion?
I could, but this is Adobe Radio, and I don't want to get
they don't
fired.
like that. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. REM. Is anyone
what's this? What
is
song
anyone
is
in
this?
for 4 minutes and 28 seconds
No,
of
what
Losing
song
My
is
Religion
this?
this morning? Oh, this song is called Sun Keeps Shining. It was the hottest day in the Earth's history a week and a half ago. Did you know that?
There were 3 in a row. Did you know that?
I'm sure we're fine. Turn it up.
He's not a scientist. The Brett Davern Show on Adobe Radio.
There was some sounds. How's those for some sound song for you?
Is that just people sounds?
It's alive. Yeah. Oh, you want the Beach Boys sound?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
please,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, please, not everybody
I
at
didn't
once.
know what you were talking about at first. That's the sound.
Here's the sound of that piano being plucked, like I was saying. Here you go. Yeah. And that's how the song starts. Cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Had to make it yourself. Now you just type in that pet sounds, piano sound. Can I have that, please? I'm trying to make something to put on Spotify. All right, Katie, what else you got out there? What's going on?
Americans are working less.
Oh.
Turns
Okay.
out
All
My
right.
generation.
you guys are crushing it.
Talking
Well
about my
done.
generation.
The work week has edged down to 34.3 hours per week.
Uh-huh. It feels like it. Nothing's getting done. I'll tell you that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, but nobody can afford anything
Mm-mm.
also.
Yeah.
And then everything's also expensive.
Mhm.
But I can't afford it because it's expensive. But then again, it's expensive.
But
so
I don't
can't
wanna
afford
work.
it. But I don't want
I
to
wanna
work.
for it.
No, I'm
I
not gonna
don't-
work.
What is happening out there?
Who's
What's-
working?
Mackenzie, speak on behalf of your folks. What's happening?
My generation's gonna work like 3 days a week.
That's
and
fine.
Then like
And not do
and not do
any
anything.
person's job other than exactly what you wrote down for them.
But that's fine as
That
long
is
as
fine.
you're making what you would have made for the full time so that you can then right? Like if you only want to work 2 hours a week, but you're making $10,000 an hour, then I think we'll be fine here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right?
Your
So
generation also
what are we gonna do even though we're only working 3 days a week to support those other 4 days?
Be TikTok influencers.
Yes.
right.
See, now we're talking. Now this is a plan I can get behind. I like it. Absolutely. Why did we go to college then? Because I feel like
For the social experiment.
all of you guys are going to college, which is
and
great.
the parental pressure.
Yeah.
Nobody likes the I don't want to I don't have that awkward conversation with my parents that I don't want to go to college.
Is there parental pressure to go to college from people that are my age who are parents now? That's not cool. Why are all the parents that are in and around my age that I like grew up with not cool?
You should ask them. You should just like when a parent does something stupid, you should be like, "Why are you like that?"
I can't be that far away from Mackenzie's parents' age, right?
You were very far from my parents' age.
Yeah, but that's because your parents are old.
Yeah.
What about Matthew's parents? No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know. I don't even know your parents. I'm just joking. Somewhere Mackenzie's parents are listening. Like, what did that guy say? No. But Katie, we've had interns in here whose parents aren't that much older than me.
Absolutely.
But why aren't they cool? How come I'm cool and they're not? What's
Well,
with
Brett,
these parents? They're forcing their kids to go to college in that old school way. Whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I was just sort of mostly making a joke.
Were
but-
your parents like, you're going to college, Mackenzie?
No, but I also like wanted to. Like it
Yeah.
was never a question. Like
'Cause you
I
wanna
never
party.
had a question. Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
I go to UT.
Yeah, we know. Hook 'em.
Also, your generation has monetized their hobbies in a way that is so that's maybe not a job.
Because we only want to work 3 days a week and still be millionaires.
Right.
So you have to monetize every other thing in your life.
Yeah. But it's kind of like it makes me worry about y'all.
Well,
Oh, there's plenty to be worried
yeah,
about.
there's a lot. There's a lot of credit card debt. There's
Got
a
of
lot.
credit card debt.
There's a lot to worry about because what I do find with you kids these days is that and because I totally agree with what you're saying. I hear it too because it's like, hey, I'm going to do this thing, but I also have to keep up this certain image, even though I might not necessarily be having the customers on the back end. Because like, as we know from sitting here doing what we're trying to do, like you can record your shit, you can put your shit out there, but getting someone to pay you for that shit is different.
That's another thing.
And there are influencers who are getting paid clearly, but then there's everybody else who also is trying to wear the designer stuff in their videos, but isn't necessarily making the designer bucks. Correct?
Yeah.
And that's where the credit card debt comes in.
Or they get sent that for free because they're
Right. But that's still not making money.
oh yeah, no, I know.
So like, okay, I got the free hoodie. I'm going to throw it on, but I still didn't make
I
any
have
dollars.
quite literally no clue
Yeah.
how people do it.
Right. I don't know either.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking about there's a TikTok that's like running through my head, and it's like this like
Well, that's what they've done
and
to
it's
you.
like this like,
That's what the app is
older
supposed
white
to do.
woman, and she's like saying like Gen Z can't write a check, they can't do whatever, and then it's like all these people stitching it, being like, "Yeah, lady, will show me how to turn that file into a JPEG."
It's good.
That's like all I can think about while we're having
Yeah.
this conversation.
Yeah, that's good. Look, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even knocking it. Like,
No, I know.
hey, you guys go for it. I just don't know at the end of the day how the payment, because, and what I do worry about is the debt for everybody out there, because Uncle Joe might come along and erase the student debt maybe, which probably
Maybe.
not.
Not looking
But
great.
I mean, it's, you know what I mean? Like, maybe someday Beto will finally get elected. Who knows? But so there's that debt that you guys all hope is going to disappear. But the American Express ain't going anywhere,
Mhm.
right? But I feel like I don't hear anyone talking about that right
No.
now. But I do see all of y'all in the designer stuff, which is great if, well, whatever. Have a
you
good
don't
time.
have to
I don't know.
Fake your death later in life.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying.
what?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, but every third commercial, well, there's 3 commercials running. There's insurance, credit cards, and prescription drugs, isn't it? Right? And like, there's so many credit card commercials running right now.
Yeah.
Double the points, triple the points,
Yeah.
sign up for free. Discover will give you cash back. It's got to be just, it's people.
Yeah, I
gotta
did see a study because it was talking about how Gen Z is traveling so much
Yeah.
because they're traveling like crazy. And so maybe they're, you know, like,
Well, because they get the points for the things they're buying. So then they're probably flying for free, but they're holding that Gucci purse.
well, no, this was saying that like Gen Z in the past 3 years, it wasn't really a problem, but all y'all got 18 and now you guys have credit cards.
Mhm.
And in the past 3 years, Gen Z's credit card debt has inflated by like
Yeah.
48%. Like it's crazy.
Oh, so I'm right on this
You're
without
right
even
on it,
knowing?
yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, no, you're right on it.
Ding.
And so they're talking about, but like, sorry, I hope you never want to own a house because that's like not, it's like probably not feasible.
Well, that
for a lot
kind
of
of debt's a bummer, man.
I know.
I don't want that kind of debt.
I know.
I don't want to pay off like a lot of money. I just want to slowly grow this thing from like a couple thousand to a couple 100,000, and all I have is hoodies at the end. of
And
it.
I cry myself to sleep every night.
Yeah. Right. Because the house debt, like if you want to buy a compound, that all comes at one time. You know, and then you just start
And a
paring that thing
plan.
down.
It comes at one time with a plan to fix the problem.
Yeah, that's right.
You're going to pay this off in 30 years. So here's your plan on how to pay for this problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But like the credit card, you just keep going. You're like, more problems, give them to me.
Oh, you just pass that off to your mom though.
The credit card debt?
Yeah, after you just decide to go to that island with Tupac.
Yeah.
My mom will figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. She'll take care of it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. What was the news story?
Yeah, how did we get on this stage?
Oh, Americans are working less.
Yeah, there you go. That's how they're working less. They're just buying it without money.
Yeah. Well, and again, this thing was talking about how people turned their side hustle into a business.
Mhm.
So people are like, my passion is making jewelry.
Right.
So I'm going to sell it on Etsy.
And then
But that's my passion.
buy all the things I want without. Did you guys
Without
know
having sold any pieces of jewelry?
they will just give you these things where you can buy stuff without money? I don't know if you guys know that. It's a card. You can
Mm.
just swipe it.
They just keep it in your pocket.
That totally. You can buy whatever you want.
And like Apple Pay, like I feel like with my generation, it's like having Apple Pay on our phones, like it doesn't feel like money.
You don't even need a pocket.
I will tell
Yeah.
you, and this is an old man thing. Watch out, old man alert. But I just won't sign up for it. My phone
Yeah.
keeps saying, put your info in, just do it. Give us your thumbprint or whatever. And I'm like, no, phone, I'm not going to do that. Do you know why? Because you are a machine designed to take my money. And the easier you make it for me to give you my money, the more of my money I will give you. Therefore, I know this is going to sound like an old man thing, but I will carry a wallet and a phone. Because for some reason, keeping those separate makes it so I don't use it as often.
You're good at not spending money though.
I found out yesterday, this is true, that I was paying for 2 Hulu accounts and have been for over a year. Yeah. So I finally figured that out yesterday, and now I'm only finally paying for one.
Is it like 2 emails or like?
Oh,
Wow.
it's one of these things where I probably originally, when I got it, downloaded the app on the TV and then pressed yes or whatever to the subscription. So then it started charging it through Apple, whatever, right? And then somewhere along the line, probably got signed out or something, right? And so I was like, oh, I never had Hulu. Like, you just forget you have one of them. Is probably what happened. This is now more of a personal story, but. And so then I probably signed up the second time, like through the website, right?
Yeah.
And so then was signed up in 2 different places. So I was paying $17 a month for Hulu when everybody else was just paying whatever half of that is or whatever. Yeah. I noticed it yesterday. I was like, why is there 2 charges a month for Hulu? There's one at the beginning of the month for $7.99 and one at the end of the month for $7.99 or whatever. Yeah.
Whoopsies.
Whoops. Now, you know what was even more confusing though? Was trying to
how to
figure out
not
how to
have
cancel
it?
one of them.
Yeah.
Because one of them I could go on the website and it had my autofill so I could sign in and, oh, there's the one account. And then the other one was, well, how do I can't sign in through the website because I don't know the login information, but it's on my TV. So I figured out how to go cancel it through the Apple TV.
Oh, there you go.
What a mess. Thanks a lot, Hulu. Turn it up. We'll be right back.
You can listen to The Brett Davern Show anytime. Just search for it on your favorite podcast app, but especially the Adobe app for iOS.
Come on down! Price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah, ready to go?
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Where are we at today?
Oh shoot. Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, all right. And it's contestant me versus contestant Mackenzie.
Yes, sir.
Mackenzie, though, she's one of those outrageous students that they pick on The Price is Right who has her sorority shirt on. And then when they cut to the crowd, her sorority sisters are out there, trying to tell her the numbers with their hands.
Right.
5! And she gets up there. She's like, hey, Drew, Delta, Delta, Delta. Yeah.
Bingo.
What's the sorority you're in?
You got it.
Delta, Delta,
Yeah,
Delta?
I haven't tried out.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even ask that. Okay.
That's funny.
That's funny.
I was actually surprised. I thought that you knew that.
I always just go with that one. That's fun. Our first tri-delt. Katie, do you know how cool we are now? Do you know how cool we are? Closest I ever got to a tri-delt before was
First item on the Craigslist Price is Right this is really the listing. It says Danish ? Bible
That's
1717.
That is funny.
It is
Actually,
an old ass Bible.
There was a
Maybe it's Danish.
There was a weird promotion one time. We'll get to the Craigslist Price is Right in a sec. There was a weird thing one time where I was either something. I swear I was so close to going to a sorority house one time to do like an appearance of some kind in like
While
the
you were-
MTV days.
Okay, yeah.
There was some sort of like, you're going to go down to USC or
Mhm.
UCLA and like have a watch party. It was like
Okay.
it was like an MTV. This was a bad idea. This was some bad MTV idea back in the day. It was like, hey, we're going to take the guys from that show and send them to a sorority to do a watch party.
I see nothing wrong so far.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. But there was like talk of something like, is that something that might happen? Do you guys ever have
No.
like a Parties.
I mean,
you ever have
well,
parties?
Yeah. Not at our house,
Oh.
but Farrah Fawcett was a Texas Triad out.
Oh,
Mhm.
at
At
UT.
Texas, yeah.
Hello.
She lived in the house I lived in last year.
Oof. I would go check
Probably
that
looks
room
the
out.
exact same.
Wow, really?
I mean,
Farrah
it's beautiful,
Fawcett.
but
She had her own poster on the wall.
there
Ironically,
is a poster on the wall right by the laundry room.
she had the poster of her that all the dudes had on their wall.
She's like, mm-hmm.
Good
Good morning,
times.
Farrah.
Oh yeah, our first Tridelt, Katie. Man, we're so cool now.
Wait, was that the end of your story?
That it never happened.
Yeah, it wasn't the Tridelts or anything. I'm just saying, like, it was that there was a weird sorority appearance thing that was supposed to happen, didn't happen. So weird. Anyway, I don't know. Why are you making me tell it again?
Well, I just was making sure that I didn't miss something.
Yeah, that was it, really.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Danish? Question mark? Bible? In Montgomery,
I
Alabama.
mean, that's not my only sorority story. Just for the record, you know what I mean? Like, that's not my only sorority
that
story. Katie.
sounds sure.
Not
yeah.
my only sorority story. All right, Katie. I got a lot more sorority
I
stories.
got one more, a lot more.
I got a lot more from that one time. Danish what? A Bible, you say?
Is there like a price range we're talking?
Mhm.
The
First
first
item,
one's 0 to go.
first time is 0 to 10. It
That's it?
does look cool.
It looks old, but you would think that'd be worth something, but apparently not. Who wants to go first?
Old Bible.
I'll put $7 on it.
I'm going $5.99.
It looks like it's haunted.
For sure it does.
Looks like I also could have made it in like a middle school project by dumping like coffee and
Mm.
ripping.
Mm-hmm. But the calligraphy, the
True,
calligraphy is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but
That's all
not,
I'm saying.
not hand done or anything.
How much is it? How much is this item on Craigslist? $1
Selling a Bible for $1
for a Bible. No
We're
points made.
both over.
No,
Dang.
no points made. Next on the Craigslist, Price is Right.
Wait, what's up with selling the Bible for $1 on Craigslist? There's got to be something going on.
Like it kind of seems kind of rude, huh?
Is it 200 of them for $1 each?
1717 Danish? Question mark Bible.
Sounds
From
like it's haunted.
1717. Yeah,
Somebody
this
wants
is
to
someone
get it
getting rid of
out.
it.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
That's a good point. All right.
you buy it. Next up is authentic, genuine, ancient artifacts.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It looks like fireworks from over here.
It's arrowheads.
Oh,
It's Native American Indian or arrowheads. And
Mhm.
it's I mean, you know, there's a few of them here. There's maybe 15 arrowheads, differing sizes. How much you think this is going for in Montgomery, Alabama?
this is from 0 to
50.
50.
I went first last time.
I'll go 22.
$22.
Mhm.
How many?
I could count them. I mean, it doesn't say. It doesn't. I mean,
Over
I would
10.
say over 10. Yeah, I would say like 15 to 20.
Over 10 arrowheads.
These were examined by an experienced longtime collector who affirmed that they are old and authentic.
Yeah, that means the guy's neighbor.
Most date 500 to 2,500 years old.
Right.
What?
That's what it says.
Yeah, according to my neighbor Jim,
Yeah. In Montgomery, Alabama.
who's seen his fair share of Indian arrowheads. He's from a different time. Katie, I would not buy these because I think they're fake as hell. And two, I don't dabble in artifacts. It belongs in a museum.
Or where you found it. You can leave it where you found it.
I fancy myself a real Indiana Jones.
Wow.
It belongs in a museum.
Oh, okay. You were in it. How
I
much?
said 22.
22. How much you got?
23.
Wow. You guys. Actual Craigslist price. 25. You made a point, Brett.
Aha.
Mm-hmm. Well done. Next item on the Craigslist Price is Right are some military medals from World War II. We have a Bronze Star medal, a Legion of Merit medal, a Captain's Infantry pair of shoulder boards, and a West Point medallion.
I was so thinking like METALS and was so confused.
Yeah. So a bunch of old World War II medals. This item has an unlimited price range.
What? But it's kind of like the arrowheads, where it's like, I don't know. What? Also, if you had those medals, shouldn't you keep them?
Yeah.
Those seem like important ones.
It is interesting. I mean, like, also, who's a collector of these? Because people do, right? People just collect military
Yeah,
shit.
but I don't want your grandpa's medals.
Yeah.
I don't know him. What'd he ever do?
Something. He got a medal.
Certainly didn't give birth to my mom or dad.
All right. Who's up first?
Him.
I mean, I have no idea.
How many of them are there?
One,
Like
two,
5?
three, 4, 5. There are 5
Okay.
items.
I'm trying to think back to every episode of Pawn Stars I've ever seen. Give me these medals for $58.
I'm going 89.
Actual Craigslist price.
Probably like $2.
$150.
Oh.
What?
So we need a tiebreaker. Let me go here.
Wait, why?
Because you have a point. Mackenzie has a point.
Oh.
So maybe
So
we
it's tied.
can go to.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I gotta find something. I don't have a tiebreaker prepared. I didn't.
What?
It's never. This has never happened in the history of the show. This has never happened.
That you've been unprepared?
No, that's certainly happened.
I doubt it.
Mhm.
Well, that's ripe.
Oh, I found one. Oh, this is good.
No, this is ripe.
Oh,
This is the band Ripe.
clever.
I don't know if I like that name. Ripe? It's kind of a weird word anyway.
It's kind of like a 50s insult. You know what?
Yeah.
You're ripe right now.
How's that fruit? Is it ripe?
Oh, I don't like it.
It's just kind of a weird word in general. Either way, though, they make music, and this is them. So turn it up, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to The Brett Davern Show with that other guy from that one show on MTV. Yeah, you know, Brett Davern on Adobe Radio.
All right, let's settle this the old-fashioned way. Broadswords. Broadswords and axes.
This item.
If you could take one medieval weapon into the ring with you, because you had to fight to the death with one of your sorority sisters,
But you get one medieval weapon.
and it has to be a junior or later. You have to be fighting
Junior
against
or
a
later?
junior or later.
Oh, like age
Mhm.
wise?
Yeah, yeah. You can't bring one of the freshmen in. That's too easy.
Okay.
What medieval weapon? What are you taking in the ring with you?
I had to look up that this is like the first thing that came into my mind.
Uh-huh.
Those like mace and
A mace.
chains.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what my answer was too.
A mace. That thing is menacing.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that always worries me about using a mace,
Every time that I've had to use one.
yeah, is hitting myself
Yeah.
with it. That's actually, that's what makes me go against the mace.
little unruly.
But Mackenzie is bringing the mace.
You just gotta
What do you
get a
bring 'em?
wide enough swing.
Ironically, sorority girls are always walking around carrying mace.
Yeah.
Have you seen the boys these days?
Well, I've seen the documentaries.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Katie, what are you taking in the ring?
My
with ya?
answer was mace also.
which is also appropriate.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm going to take in the ring?
What you got?
My car keys poking out of my fingers when I make a fist. So- just when I walk through that parking garage at night, I all of a sudden become Wolverine. That'll stop them. You know what? How come nobody's going after these car companies for taking all the keys away?
Yeah, my car key would do nothing.
Yeah, what the hell? Like now everybody just has a card in their purse with it, just recognizes them when they get close to their car. Like what? Nobody's protecting themselves with their keys anymore. How many people are being attacked in parking garages because BMW has gone keyless? This is some bullshit. You know what? BMW doesn't care about women.
Yep.
Neither does Mercedes. Or Audi,
Yeah.
or any of the German car manufacturers. Yeah. Oh, you know what else I heard about those German car manufacturers?
We have a tie to settle here,
Alright.
sir.
All right, fine.
And I have found quite the Craigslist listing.
Is it a Mason chain?
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
That'd be awesome.
This is called a drugstore tube tester. Okay.
What?
I'm going to read you the listing because it's amazing.
It's a
This is a drugstore tube tester.
Uh-huh.
Okay. If you were looking at this, you may be mature enough, old, to remember these tube testers in drug hardware and even grocery stores. I knew 4 places in Montgomery that had these. When your TV, radio, or record player stopped working, you'd remove all the tubes, put them in a brown paper grocery bag, and go test them on one of these tube testers.
what?
Really? If a tube tested bad, you'd buy a new one and go home and install it. Really? About 50% of the time, a new tube would fix the problem and you would be an instant hero. Hero has an E at the end of it. I'm almost done.
He'd
Really?
be a hero.
E. Really? Well, those days are gone, and so are most of these tube testers. Here's a chance to get one for your man cave store or bar. Oh, and this tester, it really works.
Yeah,
It's
but you need tubes.
it's
I'm confused what a
calibrated,
tube is.
complete, and all original, and made in Brooklyn, New York.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
It looks like a
Yeah. Imagine
Space Invaders video game machine.
But
Like,
imagine
it's like a stand-up
explaining-
console.
imagine explaining this to anyone at the sorority house.
It's a
Hey,
tube tester.
Hey, check this out. Like if your phone stopped working, but then you had to go to the drugstore and plug your phone in
to test
to
what
a
was
machine to test what was wrong
but
with
not
it.
your phone, parts of your phone.
Right. If you yeah. You have to take your phone apart.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No.
Just throw the phone away, buy a new $1,200 iPhone. Isn't
Yeah,
that what
yeah,
you do?
That's what we do these
Yeah.
days.
Right. I'm not going to go down and buy a $3 part for my $1,200 machine. What is this? The 70s?
Really?
I'm supposed to fix it myself? Yeah, right.
Do you remember these? Are you that old?
No, I don't remember those.
I don't know these either.
But I do remember having a TV repair person come to the
Certainly.
house and try to fix the tube TV.
Yeah.
And also, I remember that all tube TVs are like 400 effing pounds.
Uh-huh.
I remember every time one of my family members needed help moving a TV, I was like, I can't help you. I haven't been weight training for 4 months. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to help.
I know. This also sounds a little bit like my brain just stopped working. I have no idea what the rest of that sentence was going to be.
I'll give you $119 for it, Katie Bob.
Okay.
How big is it?
Again, it's sort of like a stand-up arcade game.
Okay.
Like one of those mini arcade machines, kind of
Yeah, kind of.
skinny.
It's skinnier than like not a pinball machine. You know what I mean? It's like a stand-up, but even
It's like,
skinnier
it's
than
one
that.
of those tube testers that they used to have at drugstores.
I'll go $75.
75. And what
Alright.
was yours?
I said 120 because it's still working.
Okay.
We think.
This
According to the
this item is selling in Montgomery, Alabama for $450.
What? That is crazy. They're going to be waiting on that one for a while.
No, who's in the market for this thing?
Nobody.
I had to look up what a tube TV was.
Oh my god.
It's just an old TV
It's called a tube.
because
there was
there's
a tube on
tubes
the inside.
inside of it. And if they go bad, you take them to go get tested at the drugstore. Have you not been listening? Computer monitors back in the day, like the big, heavy,
Yeah.
actual boxy computer monitor would have had tubes in it also. That everything was just a big, heavy, crazy. Yeah. And then along came the LCD TVs or whatever screens.
LCD?
Yeah, whatever these flat screens are.
Isn't it LED?
Whatever they're called. Whatever. I don't know. Thanks for listening today, everybody. We will see you tomorrow for intern Mackenzie and producer Katie. I'm Brett reminding all of you to contact her. Bye.
That's it for the Brett Davern Show for today. But don't worry, they'll be back tomorrow, live, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, on Adobe Radio.
The recording has stopped.